What if I told you that thousands of years ago, there was a powerful civilization more advanced than any kingdom of its time? A civilization so wealthy, so technologically advanced, and so mysterious that it vanished beneath the ocean in a single day. For over 2,000 years, explorers, historians, and scientists have searched for one legendary place: Atlantis. Was Atlantis a real city that disappeared beneath the waves? Or was it simply a story created to teach a lesson? Today, we're diving deep into one of history's greatest mysteries. The story of Atlantis comes from an ancient Greek philosopher named Plato. Around 360 BC, Plato wrote two books called Timaeus and Critias. In these writings, he described a powerful island nation located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, known today as the Strait of Gibraltar. According to Plato, Atlantis was larger than Libya and Asia combined. It was a land filled with magnificent buildings, advanced engineering, and enormous wealth. The Atlanteans had access to precious metals, fertile land, and powerful armies. For a time, they lived in peace and prosperity, but that wouldn't last forever. Plato described Atlantis as an engineering marvel. The city was built in concentric circles of land and water. Massive canals connected different parts of the city. Ships could travel directly into the heart of Atlantis. The city was protected by walls covered in rare metals that shimmered in the sunlight. At the center stood a magnificent temple dedicated to Poseidon, the god of the sea. Everything about Atlantis seemed extraordinary. It sounded less like an ancient city and more like something from the future. But as the Atlanteans became richer and more powerful, they also became arrogant. And according to the legend, that arrogance would lead to their downfall. Plato claimed that the people of Atlantis became greedy and corrupt. They sought power over other nations and lost their moral values. The gods became angry. Then, disaster struck. Earthquakes shook the land. Massive floods swept across the island. And in a single day and night of destruction, Atlantis disappeared beneath the ocean forever. The once great civilization was gone. No survivors, no traces, only a legend. Or so it seemed. For centuries, people believed Atlantis was just a myth, but others weren't convinced. Many researchers argued that Plato's description may have been based on a real place. One popular theory points to the ancient Minoan civilization on the island of Crete. Around 1600 BC, a massive volcanic eruption occurred on the nearby island of Thera, now known as Santorini. The eruption was one of the most powerful in human history. It created giant tsunamis and devastated nearby settlements. Some believe this disaster inspired the story of Atlantis. Others think Atlantis may have existed somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean. But despite countless searches, no definitive evidence has ever been found. Over the years, explorers have searched for Atlantis in many locations: the Atlantic Ocean, the Mediterranean Sea, the Caribbean, even Antarctica. Some claim to have discovered underwater structures that resembled ancient cities. Others believed satellite images revealed hidden ruins beneath the sea. But every supposed discovery eventually faced criticism. Scientists argue that none of the evidence proves Atlantis existed. Yet, the mystery continues. And perhaps that's what makes Atlantis so fascinating. Atlantis represents more than a lost city. It represents the possibility that an advanced civilization existed before recorded history. It raises questions about humanity's past. Could entire civilizations disappear without a trace? Could there be secrets hidden beneath the oceans that we haven't discovered yet? Considering that much of the world's oceans remain unexplored, it's impossible to know for sure. Maybe Atlantis is still waiting to be found. More than 2,000 years after Plato first told the story, Atlantis remains one of the greatest mysteries ever known. Was it a real civilization destroyed by nature? A warning about greed and power? Or simply a legend that captured humanity's imagination? Until undeniable evidence is discovered, Atlantis will remain hidden beneath a sea of questions. But one thing is certain. The mystery of Atlantis